change. I wouldn't be this way. The lows, the highs, the way you glow, you change your mind, you free your soul. Feel that vibe like the summertime lightning. Living without you feels like dying. I don't wanna be alone. If you're with me, come on with me. Got the whole world singing with me. I don't wanna be alone. I know there's something to say for how this feeling will fade. Oh, how I wish it would stay until the end of my days. The lows, the highs, the way you glow, you change your mind, you free your soul.
Okay.
What up, guys?
We got it.
I got it. You guys see I show up? We can talk now.
The only reason for that is because we have to bring the computer to majors and stuff like that, and I forgot a cable. It's my fault. Anyway, welcome to the CBC Down and Back podcast. I got a beer. Dylan's got whatever he has.
Red Bull Winter Edition, iced vanilla berry. It's gonna be rough to sleep tonight, Bill.
He's jittery right now as
I'm
we're sitting. I
fired
can
up,
see him. His
son.
hands are like shaking and stuff like that. Dude, Knoxville freaking major. What did you guys think about that stream starting? I worked on that for like 4 hours today. We got the Medford, little thing up there because that's the new major this weekend. I'm going to try to be changing it every week and updating the leaderboards and stuff like that, just so at the beginning we have it. If you are a different bag company in here and you want your player's logo on it because they're in the top 5, send me a message. We can work something out.
We can work something out. That's right. But yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. It is really cool, and I like it a lot that we're doing new stuff. We're trying to be innovative. Mainly Bill. Bill's working hard on this kind of stuff, man, and I'm happy to have him here. We might have had a mistake on the mic, but it was well worth it to have that thing set up today. It looks really good. It's going to be in the major stream. It's freaking cool, you know. And
We
it's
hope
hard
it's
to
gonna be,
update. Got to update it every week. It's something you got to stay on top of. So, yeah.
And if you guys noticed, that actually was Medford in the background there for that video too. So that's something cool. I got B-roll of almost every city that we'll be putting in there for the majors coming up too. So it's a lot of work, but it's worth it, I think.
Yeah, let's rip into the winner's circle, get going here, and I think, what do we have, Bill? 25, 26, something like that? 24.
All right, we're going to rip through these pretty quick here.
Kiera and Jonathan right there throwing the old school surges. That's what I like. I think that's co-ed regional win right
Is
there.
it?
Yeah, we like these folks. Kiera, we met in Branson last year. Jonathan, we met a couple times last year. We know Jonathan well. Good dude right there.
All right, let's keep going.
Oh, dang. Kiera takes first in women's, too, with the surges. Look at this belt they got over there. Whatever it takes, cornhole.
Yeah, I
Burton
know.
Grimes.
We need to get a dang belt,
Look at
man.
that thing, man.
We need a belt.
Oh, we need a belt for the Clarksville pre-party inaugural champ. I'm going to get one, guys. I'm going to get one. Let me get on it.
I hope it's here in time.
No guarantees.
We'll see. Next one.
John Curtis
Dayland?
and Dalen. Yeah.
Dayland is what I call them. I don't know.
Dalen. What are they throwing there?
Preds.
Preds. That's
Yeah.
right.
Those are John Curtis's Preds taking a first place. Congratulations, fellas. Moving on. Next.
Look
Coleman
at that. Who
and
is
Jerry
that?
Stallions.
I've never seen Jerry Stallions hold up a bag that wasn't a pink and yellow OTT.
I know. He
I'm
threw
telling
those.
you right now.
Takes first place with John Clay. down at Three Rivers Cornhole, man, in New Johnsonville, Tennessee. At what is it, Skyway Lanes?
Skyway Pizza.
Skyway Pizza, yeah.
Yeah.
Clean. Next.
Where's this at?
I have
This
no
is
idea.
Gibby, because I can see the Gibby
It
bag
is
right
Gibby,
there.
yeah.
But I don't know who these folks are. Gibby, somebody let us know in the chat. Those are the custom Gibby Preds.
That's
I'm
what they
pretty
said.
sure they're Predators. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
white
it on there,
carpet.
my bad. Get a belt and a new shirt. Zach, if you get a cool shirt made like this, whoever makes it, I will buy it from them. I promise. Any player that gets a shirt made like this, if I like you, I will buy the shirt. Yeah, it's a little... But this shirt is really nice. You know, this is like a double shirt material.
It's not as bad. Yeah.
No, you don't feel this at all, right? Because it's like it's two shirts. Like, I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, you see, like, see this? This is like a different material in here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Polyester.
Yeah.
/ nylon.
This thing's nice, though. Fits well.
Yeah,
Feels
looks good.
good. Yeah.
Looks good. I got Chad Jackson's jersey on, man. He's going to Medford with Kim, I believe.
Yeah.
They're both going. So, yeah, they're going to tear it up out there. Excited about that. Next one. Look at that, dude.
Jeff McIntosh, man. And he's officially kind of on the CBC team. You know, I mean, we're helping Jeff out with some bags and stuff like that. And we've known Jeff since the beginning.
Yeah.
Through gas this weekend. Jeff, fun fact, put Caleb Hurt out of the tournament this weekend. I mean, Jeff's throwing gas, man.
He is throwing real good.
I think he took a 5th or a 7th in bracket, I believe.
My first time playing him, he was throwing game changers, and I was throwing Vipers.
Mm-hmm.
Smoked him.
Jeff's a stud. He's still throwing different kinds of bags, but when he throws CBC, he sends us the picture. He supports us. We support him. You know?
Yep. No, he's free to throw whatever bags he wants.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate you throwing ours, brother. All right, Maggie and Wayne. This must be in Wisconsin at a regional where they won like almost every event out there, I believe. Seniors,
what they do,
women's,
man.
co-eds, maybe even doubles. We'll see. And
Doubles,
this was
Phoenixes,
it
yeah.
singles?
No, this looks like
No,
co-ed or
see,
doubles. One or
'Cause
the
it
other.
looks like Wayne's kind of holding up a 2 there. Congratulations, guys, throwing the Phoenixes. Let's go. There it
Maggie,
is.
first place. I think that's women's. I know for singles she beat one of our favorites, Bill. Keep going, maybe you'll see him.
Okay, all right, let's look.
Oh, Timmy Key, first place right there with the Kentucky Ronins. Timmy Key's got the nice CBC shirt on too, man. Timmy Key looking good, throwing good, man.
Looking real good, man. Appreciate you throwing the bags, brother.
El Jefe.
With a weird, did Derek do that himself?
What is this?
I don't know. I don't know if Derek made him smile like that. Derek could have done that.
Maybe
just
Bryce
don't
is
know.
trying to learn how to smile in podium picks and he's struggling.
I'm pretty sure it's Derek.
You think he's making him smile?
Yeah, he's making him go
I love it. I love it.
something like that. He's throwing the Marilyn Monroe bags too.
Yeah, those are, I believe those are Derek Cannons.
Yeah, I think he bought them from him.
Really?
Yeah, I think he did. Philip Swanson, what up,
What
big
up,
dog?
Philip? What up, Chuck? Good to see you this weekend, brother.
All right, next.
Bill, what's this? This is Rob Payne right here.
Very
Gibby
nice.
area. Those are the custom RP bags. He's a stud. He's been on the stream, I think, 2 weeks in a row, maybe 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, been killing it.
Yeah.
Been killing it. Congrats, big dog.
This is Michael Ross and partner. I don't remember the partner's name, but Mike Ross, he loves these Ronins right here. He's been throwing them forever. He's got another set on the way right now as we
Love it.
speak, if he hasn't got them already. But he ordered 2 sets of bags today, one for a friend and one for himself. Mike Ross is the man, dude.
You the man. JBJ, what up? Good to see you, man.
Those are Bradley's bags. He traded Ronins to... Oh, gosh, they've switched too many hands.
Yeah, that's too many.
This is David Penny Jones takes second place in Tier 4 doubles.
Yep.
And Jamie Smith takes first place with her partner. She didn't throw CBC. I want to give credit where credit's due. She won with 157 bags. I'm happy for her and Jordan. David Penny Jones, Tristan Jones, they took second place, man. So good showing.
Yeah, good showing from everybody there. That's freaking awesome. Shannon Roberts.
Shannon,
Let him
always
play.
getting it
Got
done,
the
dude.
shirt, got the bags. This time the Orange Ronins taking a second place. And Elixir's must have been too slow. Congrats.
Jerry, you missed yourself, brother.
Jerry, I had you on there,
You
man.
missed it.
Hey, how'd you like those wildfires? You and John Clay won with them. Tell me about them. Because I saw later pictures with you throwing OTT. What the heck's up with that, man?
It's all right. It's all right, Bill.
I know.
Come on.
Jerry
don't get on
wants
too much.
some bags, dude. You know Jerry wants some bags.
He wants some bags, yeah.
Aaron
Go.
Lambert.
Soul Patch himself, son. Getting it done with the hat, the jersey, the bags. What bags is he throwing? Wildfires.
Wildfires,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, they're hitting the podiums quick, man. Now
Yeah, they
we're
are.
seeing them all over the place.
They are.
Because that was DPJ. David Penny Jones was Wildfires as well.
Yep, he loves them too.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's
Thank you,
awesome.
Michael. You the man, bro.
John Clay and Dana over here.
No, Bill, that's Dave.
Dave.
Come on.
Am I wrong? Oh,
Yeah, that's Dave.
Oh,
That's Dave.
God.
Well, it's one of the Dale,
Dale,
John.
Charles.
Yeah, it's one of Steve,
Yeah.
right? It's one of those guys.
Yeah, I messed
He's
that
around
one up.
there.
My bad, big dog.
Repost the picture, Jerry. It's too late. Maybe, I don't know. We can't.
Jerry, you were early on. You might be on again. I don't know.
Oh, Bill. I don't know who this is. This is around Gibby, though.
We need to know Gibby's guys.
I know this guy's name on the left, Bill, because I remember him from last week. He was on here because there was Rob Payne, and it was a name that rhymed with it. It was like Swain or, dude, I'm telling you, it's deep in here. There's too much happening
We'll
this
come up
weekend,
with it by
man.
the end. Hey, congratulations, guys. Taking a second place. The Bear Ronins absolutely love it.
It's something Swain, man. I swear.
Riley.
Yes,
I
not
got it.
Cheyenne. Riley Ernest right there.
Dude, this was so recent.
Yeah, she came back and won already. Or, yeah, took second place.
I mean, she just got that jersey on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. That's what I'm talking about.
Riley, yes,
looking
man.
good.
She loves cornhole. She's crushing out there.
Looking real good. What up, Patty Cakes? How you doing, man?
Patty cake, son.
It's good to see you, dude. I hope you heal quick, brother.
Yeah.
Gotta see you back on the boards.
Landon,
Landon.
that's right. I forget his last name. Starts with a C.
Dude, how does Nate know everybody?
Nate does know everybody.
It's crazy.
There's John Clay and Dave again, getting it done. Ronan's this time.
Killing it.
Let's go. What up,
Yeah,
Matt?
Ronan's
Bowman?
last time, too, I think.
What's
What
up,
up,
Matt?
Matt?
Those wildfires with Jerry.
I don't know, man. I think it was those Ronins. Congrats, guys.
John
Clay.
Curtis getting it done
Yeah,
again.
John Curtis. Jeez, dude.
Too
I
many
am
John
out of it
C's.
right now.
Yeah, Bill, you need to focus out.
Killing me. Okay, you're the one that's on the go juice, so you just call everything. I'm going to click.
I am a little fired up.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Timmy Key, third place singles, getting it done with the Ronins, Kentucky style. John Curtis again. This is Trash Board. Folks, I put this in here because I want to show you this is a cool game that we play. It's side game. There's last man standing people do. There's, what's the other one you can do? Knockout. You can do stuff like that. It's not last man standing, is it? It's, maybe it is last man standing. But this is a fun one that anybody can play. And all you do is you throw one bag. You get in line, pay $5. You throw one bag. If it goes in the hole, you're out. If it goes off the board, you're out. And now you cycle all the way through, just throwing one bag at a time through the line. You just keep piling the bags on, and eventually they'll start kicking off left and right, getting crazy. You knock somebody else's bag off, they're out. And the pot grows pretty big. We usually get 20 to 30 people doing this, so at $5 a piece. And anybody can win. Yeah, all you got to do is be able to land on the board. You know?
It's pretty awesome.
So it's good stuff. But good job, John.
All right. Next one.
Oh, these are our boys at the major right here, son.
Hitting the quads, man.
Quads champions, undefeated, throwing the Preds. This is from left to right. Nate, Braden, Bryce, and Cody. Come on, son. These boys
they
were
killed
pumping
it.
gas.
Yeah. And they're looking for another quads partner, I believe, for Dalton, Georgia.
Yeah, I think it's Braden, Bryce, and Zach here right now. Yeah, because Nate and Cody aren't coming in until Friday evening or something like that.
Yep. All right. Last but not least here.
Oh, these are my people right here, Cody Faust and Kelsey Faust. I just wanted to give them a shout out because they came by the booth. They wanted to get their whole family put in CBC gear. So I was like, you know what, this is kind of cool. And then they wanted to get a picture later. But Cody's in the hat, the shirt. He's got the young kid. I forget his son's name. In the hat, and Kelsey's in the shirt. So I just thought it was cool to bring your whole family by and be like, hey, man, we just want to represent your company. And I just thought it was kind of cool. We and Cody talked for a little while. Had a good talk, man to man, and I don't know. It was kind of a cool little experience.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just so you guys know, I was the one that took the picture. They didn't want me in the picture.
Also, not in the winner's circle, not pictured. Second place in doubles, Nate and Cody. Third place in doubles, or second place in doubles, Zach and Braden. Third place, Nate and Cody. And then second place overall at the major, Nate Stevens. So no pictures for those, but they were freaking stunned.
We're going to talk about it.
We showed out. We showed out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And we did really, really well in Knoxville with our teams.
Yeah, the team crushed it, man. So many top tens. It's just crazy.
Yeah, a lot of fun. All right, let's move on to the point chart.
Let's
you
get
ready?
it.
Gonna pull it up.
All right, here we go, folks. So every week we make picks for the upcoming majors. The big ones, we battle against somebody for some cash. We just started this last week. Our first victim was Mr. JT Barnes out of Western Tennessee. County Line Cornhole. Shout out County Line. But how it works, we pick a player that we think is going to win for each division, kind of snake draft style. So whoever Bill picks, me and JT cannot pick. So that's kind of how it works. How your players get points. First place, 10 points. Second place, 9 points. Third place, 8 points. Fourth place, 7 points. Fifth place, 5 points. Seventh place, 3 points. Ninth place, 1 point. After that, you get no points. Got to take a top 10. No participation trophies. Let's see how it went.
Here we go.
All right. So, tallied up here. I mean, JT, 10, 20, 23, 31, 38, 46, 47, 48 points for JT. That's a strong showing, folks. If you guys come in here and see me and Bill do this every week, 48 points is strong.
For especially as many people that were there, yeah, he was smoking us day one.
Yeah, look at him. First place, seventh, and a third.
Yeah.
I mean, crushing. Bill's points, we got 8, 16, 21, 29, 39, plus 9, 48. Tied with JT, son.
Not bad. Not bad, because I was not looking good that first day.
Bill showed out in singles and doubles. He took a third, a first, and a second in there. I mean, that's solid stuff. My points, 16, 26, 31, 41, 51, 52. Almost the new record. Almost the new record. I think the record's 53, put up by Bill. So, almost had it, but had a great showing in day 2. Zach and Braden taking like I said, it's first place points on here, and I'll explain that here in a second. But it goes by bracket. So when you split brackets, top 2 people in doubles take first. The third and fourth is like a second in bracket. Fifth and sixth are tied for fifth is like a third in bracket. And tied for seventh is like a fourth in bracket. That's where you see JT got fourth place points.
Are we doing picks for Medford?
I guess we're doing them on the fly, aren't we?
Yeah, we are doing them on the fly. All right.
We're going to talk about what happened here?
Yeah. I mean, can you do that while I get it all set up?
Well, I won't know who was where.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. First was women's. JT had McKenna Kopp. She took down the whole thing. Big comeback for her from Beloit. And then I had Rebecca Fields.
JBJ, that's 100% correct. 100%
Okay,
correct.
that's unnecessary.
Wasn't even
JBJ.
close. Wasn't even close.
Wow. I don't even know what we finished, to be honest.
After the first game, you were 0-1.
I threw a 6-2. One of the
6-2.
worst games I've ever played.
I don't know
in my
why
life.
he cannot throw well with Molly yet. He should be able
Well, no,
to.
my next 3 games I threw great, but in game 1, when we needed it, when Molly threw good, we played Nate and Jamie. Nate,
so are you saying Molly, you backpacked Molly the rest of the games?
she carried me game 1 for sure.
Okay.
I'm just saying, she did.
All
All
right.
right, McKenna Kopp first place, Kendall Cox second place, Jordan Kirk third place, fourth place Rebecca Fields, and then tied for fifth, Bill's pick Kennedy and Ashley Irvin. Moving into seniors, we did pretty well. JT took Daryl Macon first place, Mick took second place, Fergie took third place. He'll be a topic of conversation later tonight. Higginbotham takes a 7th uncharacteristic.
He gets better does he? Hopefully he can show up on the first game too with you though, because that's what really counts. You got to move through that top bracket, because if you drop down too early, man, it is a long road.
It was tough coming
To
straight
get-
out of the commentating booth to play co-ed. It's like get it down and back and go.
Yeah,
it is tough.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. Juniors, first place was Kanan Culberson. That was my pick. He flew under the radar. I don't think he's under the radar anymore as he's
No.
first in juniors and first in doubles. So great
Yeah,
weekend for
Kanan's an
Kanan.
absolute monster.
Double dip Sammy too, and I think it was 21-2, 21-2.
Yeah,
So,
and
I mean,
Sammy threw good. Sammy
Yep.
threw real good.
Sammy second place, Isaac Hurt third, Logan Collins fourth, tied for fifth, Gavin Grace and Wiley Chambers. JT did have Parker switch because Parker got in a car accident Friday morning. Switched to Noah. Noah got 7th. I think Parker took 13th. So it was a good switch. for
Yeah, it
JT.
was.
And we
Yeah,
were
he picked up
grateful,
points.
right? We showed him some grace
Yeah.
there.
I
Just
gave him a little
saying,
crap
JT.
while we were there, but it's
Just
okay.
saying. Molly, come on. It's just unnecessary. Co-ed, I mean,
6-2 stuff. That's what Dylan threw the first game. 6-2. A 6-2.
okay, folks, my ending PPR, 9-3-2. So let's talk about that. So there is a 6-2. Look at my stats, folks. A 6, how does this camera work, Bill?
Not like that.
They're not going to be able to see it.
It's going to unfocus on us.
All right. I threw a 6-2 against Jamie, and then a 10-2-5 against Justine, and then a 10-4 against Ben Barron, and then a 9-6-7 against Lindsay Brothers. So I needed a warm-up game, got it out of the way, and then I was ready.
Hey, I have one thing to say before you move on from this. You got it out of the way. That's fine. Everything's good. David Reese is now in the chat. I got to run downstairs.
Oh,
Can
you
do
have
the
to
rest
run
of this
downstairs.
alone?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, David. But I brought this. I just didn't bring it.
Yeah.
I'll
You
be
owe
right
David
back.
something. Bill got a gift from David. He's gonna bring it up here. All right. So co-ed first place, Mackenzie McKenna Kopp, which was great to see them get their first one done, man. They're married. Their first win as a couple, man. It was sweet to see for them. Ashley and Craig take second. Ashley hit a disgusting push to even get them to the championship game against Lisa and Brandon Lacewell. They took third. Fourth, Ashton Watkins and Olivia Bowman. Great showing for them. I was really impressed with how Olivia threw. I'm just saying she's on the radar, and that team is as well. Tied for fifth, Kendall Cox and Caleb Hurt, and Kennedy Meineke and Hunter McCullough. All right, moving into doubles. First place was Josh Holland and Kanan Culberson. They went undefeated until the championship. Zach and Braden came in throwing freaking gas. Beat them game one. Josh and Kanan had them switch sides, which they were the higher seed moving into the championship bracket. And then Josh and Kanan threw freaking gas. And Zach and Braden lost the second game, took second overall. All right. Like I said, Isaac and Caleb take a third overall. I think it was, or third in bracket is how we're placing that, a fifth overall. And the Slim Reapers take a seventh overall, which is like a fourth in bracket. That's what we have here. Colby and Zach still showing that they're one of the best teams in the world. Zach here and Braden really moving themselves up the power rankings, I would say, and the regular rankings. We will get power rankings done here after Clarksville. All right, moving into singles. Isaac Hurt lost an early game. I forget who to in his bracket, and then went on an absolute tear and didn't lose another game the rest of the tournament. It was wild to watch Isaac do what Isaac does. Nate Stevens, on the other hand, he went undefeated all the way into the championship, held the king seat, and then got double dipped by Isaac Hurt in a couple of really, really good games. I mean, the skills being performed on center court by those two was ridiculous.
Yes.
Ridiculous stuff. Scotty Ball made a really good... Oh, Zach Dawson, that's right. Scotty Ball made a really good run, fourth overall. Zach Dawson had a really good run, beat Isaac, and then took a fifth place overall. Dustin A. ran another good run for him. I think he took a seventh place overall. It was loaded, man. Jordan Langworthy made his first appearance in the Final Eight. Great to watch Jordan play.
It's some funny thing that Jordan said before he made the Final Eight, because he was in the king seat, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Langworthy was in the king seat after like 2 games on our court, because it was just, that's the only rap you could take. He looks over, he's like, if they're just going to keep giving it to me, man, I'm going to take it. It was very funny.
Yeah. Josh Holland took a seventh, I believe. Josh Holland, another good showing. Really good. I mean, playing well. Byron Sisson, a ninth in bracket, and Colby Baskins, a ninth in bracket. So everybody got points on the passion picks, man.
Yeah.
But I did come out on top. So what does that mean, Bill? It means the cash is going to roll over, folks. So in probably 2 weeks, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, we will do another waffle spot guy. There'll be 8 spots for $10. We'll spin the wheel. One person will get on the show to make picks against us. Okay? Costs you $10 to even try to be on. Maybe that's a steep price for you. But the winnings is now $180
Right.
if you win. All you got to do is win.
That's
If
it.
Bill or myself win, we have agreed to roll the pot over.
Yep, we have agreed to it. We're not going to take anything from it. We're going to build it up, make it big. Somebody's going to come in and sweep the whole thing. If it gets too big, because we just don't lose. So if it does get too big, we may do 25% of the pot, 50% of the pot, stuff like that at certain times. That way somebody doesn't just scoop in with $10 when somebody else is playing the entire time.
Right.
And then, scoop, I don't know, $1,000 or something like that.
Right.
Depending on if we win that round or not. So, but yeah, it's going to roll over. I think it's going to be a fun thing to be able to do and get a bunch of people involved. I think at some point Dylan's going to put out a post saying that at this time we're going to drop the payout for it or whatever, the spots. And then the first 8 people to enter those spots are going to be the first 8 to actually be in it. So he will announce it prior to doing it. That way nobody's, it doesn't do it at 2 a.m. when everybody's sleeping, or everybody has a chance as long as you're watching there.
Yep. Bill, you want to do what you got to do over there?
Yeah, I do. David Reese, man, I just want to say thank you very much, and I appreciate you, brother. A little bit of E.H. Taylor. Dude, I mean, come on.
Colonel Taylor, son.
Come on, dude. Small batch. Let's go. I'm going to pour a little bit, and I'm going to cheers to you. I hope you got something in front of you, big dog. Let me get got a little bit of ice in here. I like ice with my bourbons.
All right. Medford is ready to go, Bill. We're going to make Medford picks on the spot. Hoppy,
Brother,
how did we both get
you got
first?
one?
Go
Cheers,
ahead.
big dog. Sorry, I wasn't
No, you're
finished.
good.
I wasn't finished.
I didn't know.
That's what I'm saying, Bowman. That is freaking awesome. Let's go. Cheers, brother. If you got something with you or you don't, I just thank you very much. Much appreciated. Can't wait to see you in Clarksville.
Hoppy, how it works is because we play by in-bracket points, okay? Because they didn't used to do this championship bracket thing, right? It kind of got established this season,
right,
and we didn't know what to do. Plus, if you only take the top 8, it's really tough to get points, especially like 400-person majors, you know? And with 3 people, we just thought it's better to bracket points. It keeps things closer. So when there's 4 brackets, the top 4 players in the singles championship bracket get first place points. And then 5th through 7th, which there's 2 5ths, 2 7ths, 4 more players, get second place points. And then you'd be able to go to the brackets and see who took 3rd, see who took 4th. Does that make sense for you now, Hoppy? Are you caught up on that?
We may change it for next year, but this year that's what it is. I see the only issue with this strategy that we're doing right now, and we had to kind of pivot to early in the season because they changed this stuff, and we didn't know that they were changing it like this. I see the potential for a lot more ties than there used to be. And that's really the only thing for this year. Next year, we'll probably end up changing it, rework a new point system, because I don't want to have a lot of ties. It's like, you know, you tie Ricky and all of a sudden he thinks he beat you or something like that.
Oh, gosh, Bill, come on. Don't get Ricky in there.
Sorry, Ricky.
All right, Bill, let's get going here.
Okay, all right.
Women's pick, I'll take Kim Jackson.
No, I get women's first.
No, you
That's
don't.
why it's on my name. I got Kim Jackson.
Oh, my gosh.
You got second?
Yeah. Bill, who is this Mitzi Oppelt?
You're going to have to do some creeping, man.
Nah, give me Ashley Irvin.
I like that.
Ashley Irvin. Ashley, let's go. Let's go,
I
Ashley.
like that pick a lot. She's been
See,
throwing
you always pick
absolute
seniors
gas.
first. That's why I knew it was thrown off.
No, it's me on
Give
seniors
me
first.
Mick.
Dang it.
Wait, what about Ross? No, I gotta take Mick. That's my guy. Steve
Okay.
Smith is in here.
Yeah, Mick should be doing really well
Hollywood
on this
Page
one.
is in here.
I know. I like Wood Page, to be honest. After that, man, I don't know. The
You better
Shredder's
figure it
there.
out.
When's the last time you saw the Shredder?
I haven't seen Paul Schroeder in freaking ages.
Okay, that's why I'm going with Wood Page, man.
Hollywood.
Gotta take my guy.
All right, Bill, you got juniors now.
All right. Hold on, folks.
You better hurry
If you
up.
can't tell, we're trying to get through this pretty quick here because we got a pretty spicy feud coming up here.
And we got shot of the week, shot of the major.
Swanson said Mitzi is solid from Washington. I'll tell you what, Swanson, how solid? You tell me how solid, because that's my passion pick so far. I love it. Oh, man, I love it. All right. Let me look at all these juniors here. Ooh, Julian Lopez is there?
Yeah.
Let's go. You know who I'm getting, though.
Yeah, whoever's got the highest PPR. I'll take Julian. This is what Bill does. He's not versed.
I am very versed, but we're doing it on the fly right now, okay? So
Give me Kim and Chad for co-ed.
Dude, you
Let's
can't do
go.
that.
It's done.
I've already picked Kim, so you can't do
You
that.
cannot. Let's go. Start typing.
I have to look.
Well, you got Crashley. Who else is a good team in here? Hollywood Page and Wanna Karash.
No, I got Crashley.
JC Harris. Who's this JC Harris, Philip Swanson, that you're playing with? She any good? 802.
I got Crashley, 100%. 100% on that one.
Okay.
Let me look at Mitzi, though.
Mitzi's with Kevin Owens. That's going to be a
Owens.
good
Mitzi's
team.
throwing good.
gonna
Swanson,
be a
how
good
good
team.
is Mitzi?
Where's Carson Morris? He's not on there. Give me to him. I'll take him.
Is
he
you don't know
going?
how solid she is. That's actually very true, Kayla. That's
Is
true.
Carson Morris going? He's not on the roll call.
Kayla called me out. I don't have a story with Mitzi.
Oh, that's true.
That's very
That's
true. You're right. You're right. You're right.
If Carson Morris is going, I want Carson for juniors. Bill, write that down in your head.
Write that down in my head. It's done. It's already
All right.
done. All right. Double. Let's see. Where's
Doubles Main? It's not here.
No doubles main.
I'll take Jack and Hollywood.
You're not going first. It's me. I got Jack and Hollywood.
I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose.
Hold up. Where's the doubles main at?
I don't know, Bill.
Is it really Jack and Hollywood?
I can't show you. Look, I got it sent from somebody. Not showing you.
All right, no, let me see the main.
Not showing you.
Let me see the main.
I got sources.
Ooh. Hold up.
I like Chad and Kim too. They do really good.
You know what?
You're going with Mick and Steve?
Yeah, I like it, dude.
Yeah, they're tough. They are tough. Who's this team right here? Josh Boyer?
Karsten Morris for juniors?
I don't see him in here.
Yeah, he's not here.
I don't see him at all. Who's this Pete Torres Jr. and Ross Moore? Gosh, dang it, dude.
Doubles main is live now. April.
April.
You know April?
April, you know what you did.
You know exactly.
You know what you did.
What you did. Let me refresh here real quick.
How good is this guy? All right.
Oh, magical. Doubles main just popped up.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, April.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. They'll give me David Riley and Derek Kunitis. Just put a K, it's fine. Or T, I'm sorry, Tunicus. Derek Tunicus.
Derek T. Is it E-R-E-K or?
It's E-R-I-K.
E-R-R-I-C-K?
No, just one R.
Why do Derek's all spell their name different?
Oh, yeah, Derek's are weird.
Derek? Like that? T?
Yep. Bingo. Let's go. David Riley. Come on, son.
Derek's are odd.
All right, Bill. Who? Am I singles first? Yeah, I am.
I can't believe. Wait. Just in case, let me search the doubles main real quick, dude. I like Woodpage and Mick. I'm sticking with Mick. I'm sticking with Mick and Steve. Yeah, no reason to change that. They're good.
Singles, man. Gosh, this is really tough, actually. I like Hunter McCullough. I like Jack. I like Mick. I like Kim. I like Craig. I like David Riley making a run, but who's going to win? Jack Harcrow. Give it to me. Come on, Jack. Let's go, Jack. Who's Big Tuna?
Am I allowed
Must
to
be Derek.
Am I allowed to do this?
Yep. No, wrong name. That's
No, one's Jackson, one's Dice. That way I don't pick the same one.
That's not even a real person anymore.
Can I pick Kim again?
Mm-hmm. I like that pick.
Yeah, I got Kim again. We haven't seen her play in a while.
She loves Medford, though.
We haven't seen her play in a while.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Kim,
who you got?
you've been going to regionals? Are you still here, Kim? You've been going to regionals? What have you been doing? You gotta let me know.
Bill, good luck finding somebody with a story in here.
Okay. All right. Let me look.
And I already got dibs on Philip Swanson. Philip, you're not in here, bro. Philip, are you going? Braden Connolly is going. Should I take him for real, Philip? You think he can beat everybody?
You don't know Braden Connolly.
I can take him for singles, Bill.
Oh.
Is he that good, though? Have you seen Jack play? Have you seen Kim play? Have you seen freaking David Riley play? This is what I'm worried about. Bill, have you found anybody in here?
I have, yeah. Yeah.
All right, who you got? Let's hear it. Passion pick.
I'm looking. Hold on.
I thought you
Just
had
in
it.
case. I got to get through everybody else. Can I pick? No. Dang it. This is tough. I
Craig,
don't know.
why didn't
anybody
I
out
see
there.
you in the doubles main?
I got to get out there.
Did you see Craig in there? Doubles main, Craig and Hunter and McCullough?
Bing, bing. I got Ashley
I
Irvin.
see that. I see that. Where is Philip Swanson? Where is
Kim, you feeling good? You got to let me know, Kim. I won the last regional I played last week. Where's your freaking picture? Why aren't you on the stream? The winner's circle. I need it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Are you gonna pick somebody?
I don't have anybody.
Give
me Wana Karash. Let's go Wana.
Okay, Juana.
Philip Swanson is in here, April.
Okay, Wana K.
I see Philip Lucero. If Philip Swanson's in here, he's my pick.
Philip, are you gonna be in there?
Yeah, Philip. Just tell me right now so we know.
You got it.
I'm pretty sure I saw him in doubles or something like that, or co-ed. Oh, I think he's only playing Friday.
No. Who only plays Friday?
People that have stuff to do, I guess. He's not in there. So give me Wana. Or Michael Mann is good too, but I want Wana. All right, he's not going to be there. All right, Philip, you're in timeout.
Graybill, are you in the chat?
Yeah, well, Graybill's not going either. What's up with our guys?
No, Graybill, are you in the chat? I want to know how those party wings were.
Graybill's been texting me lately, Bill.
That's good. I like Graybill.
Moose Knuckle Cornhole, shout out. Just saying.
It's a weird cornhole name.
That's Graybill's club, dude.
I know. I'm just saying it's a weird name.
Craig and Hunter are in doubles main. I didn't see them in there.
All right, locking it
Let
in.
me know. Trade me out. Give me Craig and Hunter. I'm taking faith in Craig. Craig, come on, brother. Sorry, David Riley. I'm sorry. He's gonna be pissed at me. And he's a little hostile. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to just take that one.
David Riley gets a little.
I'm giving David extra credit, but Craig, if you play David and Big Tuna, you got to take him down. If you lose to them, Craig, come on. I got you, though. Let's go.
Graybill, that's what I'm freaking talking about, dude. Did you pat them all off before you put them on the smoker so you get that crispy skin? Dude,
I can't.
About an hour and a half smoke, man. It's clean.
Wait, can I pick Mitzi just as like a April Clemens noser so I can pick her? Third party pick?
No, we can't do that because I would have picked Mitzi. April, we have to have a story with the person, and we've never been to Medford.
You have to at least met the person, really. That's like the big deal is meeting the person.
Right.
Right? Like, and we haven't met Mitzi.
Which we're going to be able to do that, hopefully.
See, I told you, just Friday. I talked to these people, Bill.
All right. Ready? Ready to move on?
Yep, let's go. We don't have an intro to this.
No, we don't have an intro. Folks,
all right.
Hold on. We got to talk about this for a second. All right. We are revamping the entire stream. The entire thing. Today, just that beginning, I made that today. It's going to get better than that. A lot of stuff is getting better. We put everything as a task to do now. So it's really going to improve. I want you guys to stick with us because of that. Like, it's going to be awesome here soon. You remember the little icons that we were talking about at the bottom? Yeah. We're going to have those and one like animated when we're on that specific scene and stuff. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm very excited about this stuff. Dylan's not that excited.
Graybill, if Ross Moore wins in Medford, I'll send you a set of bags.
Graybill, if I go out there anywhere on the West Coast and you are there, I expect some sort of barbecue.
Graybill, if you're not there, we're no longer friends.
I like that too.
All right, let's get this going. We're going to take a shot of the major here, folks. So what was that?
That means you need to scoot this way.
Which way? Towards you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be over here. All right, do it again.
You ready? Okay, so this is what we do for this segment anyway. We have 3 shots because we were at that major, and we consider all 3 of these shots to be pivotal. Game-changing, you could say.
Not a shot you see every day.
I love it.
A game-changing shot.
I love it.
A pivotal shot.
I love it. All 3 of these shots were very, very good shots. These are nominated for best shot of the major.
You guys choose.
Yeah, you guys choose. I'm going to choose myself. Dylan, you can choose. I already know which one I got for this, though. There's one that just stands out, and it's absolutely insane. So shot number 1.
All right, this is Parker Burgett playing Nate Stevens. I believe this was for the king seat of the singles championship.
Right.
All right, here we go.
2 points
Parker
here,
Burgett's got his bag. I mean, everybody knows what's going to happen.
Scotty Ball takes down. Oh my God.
That's huge. We're talking about 3 bags stacked in the hole. All herringbone, too. So there's something to say about that. Where they're slow bags, clogged a little bit. None of that stuff, JBJ.
JBJ, while that was a great shot, and it really was, that was actually in
Can go
contention
up
to
and
be
score
on
2
here for
points
that
here,
one
though.
also.
Leaves it open. That's
I would never
risky
call it a
shot.
Hoover shot.
Scotty Ball takes
Although
down
it's
John.
pretty
Oh
cool
my
that they
God.
did call it a Roomba shot, not a Hoover. It was a Roomba is what they said. And that's cool. I think I like the lingo, but I personally, yeah, I don't know.
Go up
This
and
is
score
a big
2 points
piggyback
here,
or
though.
just a big
Leaves it
airmail
open. That's why
carry. I
it's a
mean, we're
risky
talking
shot.
one shot,
Scotty
4
Ball
bags
takes
in the hole,
down
3
John.
apart.
Oh my
Just
God.
amazing right there.
Great shot. Didn't even touch
4-2.
Nate Stevens' bag. Great shot. That's one of them nominated. Shot number 2. Shot number 2 here. You ready? Nate Stevens is on it again.
This is championship game 1.
Here we go.
Can go up and score 2 points here, though.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Big slapper attempt. He's up.
Bink.
Hits them both super clean. Now, folks, there is actually a technical name to this shot. Parker's, there wasn't a name for it. This one, let me replay it real quick.
Pause it. And
It's
yeah.
called a, this one specifically is called a slapper. Okay? If bags are touching each other and hanging in the hole and you throw an airmail, they come up and kind of high five. It's a slapper. Now, don't get that confused with a clapper.
I think you more explained the clapper right there. A slapper is slapping back on the other side of the hole, right? Because they're on the same side. And then
No. They come up and they slap and then fall in. These ones, but since they're touching, you can always tell a slapper from a clapper because a slapper is touching. Okay, just like these bags right here. That's why we put it on here. Very tough shot to hit. Very tough to set yourself up
Risky.
for a shot like this.
Risky too, though.
Clapper, the bags are not touching. Opposing sides of the
sides.
hole. And you have to throw a super flat airmail to be able to hit it. They both come up and they clap, not slap.
Not the same as the high five. I guess.
Completely different. We'll watch that one more time.
Here we go.
Slapper attempt.
Yeet.
He's up.
Slapper. See, did it just down in the hole.
Yep.
Clean.
Very good
Clean.
shot from Nate Stevens. Craig, Ashley's push was incredible, to be honest.
Ashley's
It's
push
not
was-
in
yeah,
here.
Yeah. It isn't.
It'll
in
make
there,
a
but-
shot show.
Yeah,
Like,
it
it'll
will
make the shot
100%
show.
make the shot show.
In the top 3, tough, but it was to win the game, which does put something else on it.
And
It was incredible.
That is also something that we can't really show here, how significant that specific shot is in the game. Like, yeah, you can look at the scores, but it doesn't give you the feeling of the momentum if you're sitting in there. Like, who has the momentum at that moment in the game? It doesn't give you that when we show it. And that's something that's also very, very important for these shots.
Parker's shot for the king seat of the
Right.
singles championship bracket. Nate's shot in the championship game.
Right. It was awesome.
And then the last one,
Points.
last
And
but not
one.
least.
and 2 maybe.
Hold up.
went for
Oh,
it.
my
You
God.
pause.
Dude, wait, it's up.
Slapper
Oh,
and
it's someone
one.
shot too. Hold up,
And
pause.
He's up.
Okay.
Let me rewind this. You
Whoa.
talk everybody through this here.
All right, so, I mean, this is the 3rd place game. Loser of this takes 3rd place in your bracket. Winner moves on to the final 8. This is a bubble game, I would call it, right? You're on the bubble to make the final 8, which is kind of the big deal right now at ACO majors, especially 4 bracket majors. Only 2 people get in from every bracket, right? So we watched Scotty Ball battle, right? I think from 7th or 9th place over and over, game after game after game, battle after battle. Jordan Clopton threw great all game. And then this shot, so we have Jordan's bags are kind of stacked around the hole here. Scotty is up a point. He can go in for 6, right? And
I don't think Dylan gave that with enough emphasis, right? This is Scotty's last bag.
yeah,
Jordan does not have another bag, right? I mean, Scotty has 3 in, Jordan has 1 in, and then all of this mess all over the board. Instead of just sliding it in for 6, Scotty says, hell no. I ain't going to slide this in for 6.
he goes, I'm throwing a rocket airmail, and his airmails are high. I mean, they've been to the ceiling all week long, to the moon airmails. This thing comes in straight fire, son.
Put yourself in this position. Sliding in and grabbing 6, easy shot, this and that, or doing what Scotty did on this.
But he
Right.
throws back a
Absolutely
bit too hard. This is
insane
6
to
points.
even
And
take the
one.
shot.
And
I think the
two,
streaming
maybe.
court makes them
Wow.
take shots
Oh,
like
oh,
this.
But he
Rock
throws
So
back a
clear.
bit
I
too
mean,
hard. This is
crazy. Let's
6
watch it one more
points.
time.
And
Scotty
one.
Then we'll
goes
stop
in.
it and we'll be
maybe.
done.
Yeah,
Dude,
that thing
oh,
launches off the camera, son. I mean, it's if you're gonna write down a shot, what does an and one look like? You have like Damon Dennis's original and one, right? And then you have
Right.
something like this, where this has authority behind it. This is more than the 1 extra point you're getting.
No
which
block
does
in
take
front of
Scotty-
it. No,
Yeah.
I mean, it's an open freaking board to slide it. That it's crazy to me. he picks up 7 points in this round. I honestly think, because the next round, he actually lost a few points, or didn't lose. Jordan gained a few points.
Yeah.
Because I think he was so fired up from this shot hitting that, he had some jitters. It did affect him a little bit after that, just for a half a second, because he came back and won the thing.
Yeah. Congratulations, Scotty. Like I said, if I was to choose one, I'm taking Scotty's and one.
Wait. Ashley's shot was still the best out of the choices given. Scotty had no pressure to hit this shot, but it was awesome. Great shot, Scotty. I don't know, 12 to 11 in a game. I think he got some pressure there, my opinion.
Plus bubble game to get in. I mean, you've been playing over and over and over again. I think Ashley's shot had a ton of pressure too. You had to hit it to win.
Yes,
it was absolutely an incredible shot. I'd like to go back and see it again, but I mean, I'm just saying, all these shots were fantastic, and there's a ton more as well.
Yeah, it was clean. Scotty,
Hard to pick.
in my opinion, this is the shot. This is the shot of the week, in my opinion. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I really do.
I like the other shots. I think they were great. Ashley's shot nomination from the chat.
Yeah. We'll
if I
take a
could
look at it.
if I could pull it up right now, here, let me look. You talk for a minute. Let me just
Oh
look.
my! All right.
Let me
See
look.
if we can find it.
Fuck, you have no. I
co-ed.
go through like 5,000
co-ed,
clips
Bill,
here to be able to pick this
Oh
up.
wow! You picked it first try.
Oh, my.
All right, Bill's gonna be able to grab it. So save it where you need to save it.
All right, hold on,
But this
hold
shot
on.
was awesome, and the reaction from Ashley too is just outstanding. And Craig and Ashley end up getting the win right there after this shot over Lisa and Brandon, who are on an absolute tear, and they're a really, really good team. So we're gonna get it in here for you. This is what we can do, folks. We are people. People for the people, son.
How nasty was that? Picking that first.
You picked it first try.
How did I even know?
Folks, there's like 58 clips in here from Knoxville alone. They're all titled with just dates. That's it. You can just see the day that it was done on.
I don't even know what folder I put it in.
You put it in that one.
This one, and then
It's right there, yeah.
Bink, got it.
Win
Okay.
it.
All right. Let's look at it,
Yeah.
because it was nominated by the chat here.
Yeah,
I got it
what?
right here. That's actually getting crazy. Okay, here we go. Replay for this shot. Let me
All right, so
pause it.
yeah, we'll look at the score. It's 18-18. So the really crazy thing about the shot pressure-wise and what Hoppy's talking about and what Craig's talking about, if you miss this push, right? If you go off, you have to be in the hole at a minimum right now, right? Just to stay alive.
Right.
So you're thinking, do I shoot an airmail? Do I just try to push this one in? Do I go around it? You know, you almost have to hit
No.
shots.
Brandon had one off the bat, correct?
Did Brandon have one off the bat?
Brandon, because that's
Oh, he
why
must
she
have just
won
scored
this one.
3,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Brandon
Right.
had one off the back,
Yeah.
and then Ashley's up here. This is for the win, right? I mean, this is to not give the bags back to Craig. This is like, hey, I got you, babe, and just being done with it right here, right? And
Yeah.
she freaking hits it. Let's look at this shot.
Yeah.
Slit side, grabs the
Lindsay.
inside corner, and turns the bag right in the hole.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful shot under crazy pressure.
Yeah.
You can tell by her celebration. I paused it here. I want everybody to take note. Look at Ashley right now with her celebration.
Yeah.
I love
Fired
it.
up, son.
I love it. Great shot right there. Great shot by everybody.
Yeah.
I still got Scotty Ball on it because it was just an insane shot. And
for
what
huge
is,
points in
but-
a big game.
that will definitely make the shot show.
Yeah. Also, I did want to speak to what Hoppy's talking about, or Scotty's talking about. His foot ain't on the mat, because Hoppy did comment that in one of Scotty's games, in one of Scotty's shots. And technically, Scotty is right if we're talking about a 3-foot margin is what you have from the board, because the mats are not 3 foot long. Like from the side of the board, we've measured this out, right, Bill? We've done the math on this. So if you have 3 foot from the side of the board to step out, then technically you have space on the outside of the mat. Do your research on this, folks, before you just start stepping out there and ripping bags. But I'm pretty sure you have 3 foot. If it says the pitch pad, it's hard to judge because there's not a pitch pad at every court, right? And that's why a measurement standard was put in place, and I believe it is 3 foot.
I think that the carpet is not, what would it have to be, 8 feet total?
Yes.
I do not think it is 8 feet. I think it's more like 7.
I think it's
and
7,
you
yeah.
have 6 inches on either side. That's my opinion. I don't know. We got to go there. We got to measure it out. I don't have a tape measure when I show up, but I think you do have a little bit of room. So if your foot is completely off the mat on one side, I think you're still good.
Yeah, DJ. I mean, Hoppy says
Yeah,
3 feet. DJ says 3 feet. No matter what, mats don't matter. I
Right.
mean, and I like that. And as a player, maybe Scotty already knew that. You know what I mean? Because he seemed confident stepping out there. He's not taking, like a second thought about doing it. He's out there. He might know the rules.
I actually kind of like the mats a little bit less than 3 feet. Because if you're going to step out full, you're going to step out full anyway for almost any shot, right?
Right.
And now my foot isn't like tilted up on something half off, half up. Yeah, I kind of like it that's a little bit shorter because of that.
Gobin says the mat puts it at 2.5 feet. So the mat is deceiving.
Yeah. Yeah, the mat is very deceiving for that because people think your foot needs to be, or a toe or something like that on them. It doesn't have to be. As long as
Right.
it's brushed up against it, I think you're safe every time. I would never call it out. If anybody did, you'd be well within the regulation of cornhole anyway.
Right. No, I think you're right. I don't know what happened here, Bill. Something happened.
Yeah,
But I'm about to
well,
pull
you
up.
started clicking everywhere.
No. That's not what happened.
We're not on the scene that we need to be.
I know, but I'm just trying to get this ready to go.
Oh, gotcha. You mind if I utilize the restroom before we get a little
Yeah.
crazy here?
Yeah, let's go, folks.
You picked a topic to start, although I have a topic that I want to...
Well, then we'll just do whatever you want, Bill. All right, folks. We'll see you in just a second
What do you mean do whatever?
for Family Feud. We're going to get spicy tonight. We're going to talk about stuff that needs speaking to. A lot happened this weekend that needs to be talked about. We're going to be honest about it. You guys know how we are. Unbiased and honest. But, hey, we'll see you in just a second. All right, and we're back. So, there was a post made by CBC yesterday. It is, as you see here, it says, podcast tomorrow. For Family Feud, we will be discussing center court etiquette, acceptable wait times for an opponent, and foot foul rulings. So I think there are more things that need to be spoken about than just this, and I think Bill has one of them on his mind right now. But I want to change something in here, and it says discussing center court etiquette, and I think that could be altered, and this is from the comments, that the etiquette of gameplay needs to be held up on all the courts, right? And I think most of us can agree on this, that if you're supposed to do something on center court, then you need to be doing it on all the courts, whether that's showing up on time, whether that's throwing within 15 seconds, whether that's not being in your opponent's lane, whether that's wearing the proper attire, whatever that might be for what we're calling center court etiquette, likely needs to be upheld for all the courts at the tournament, and it's just a tournament standard rather than a center court standard. And that's the only thing that I always thought, that when there's center court standards, I don't really agree with them, because it should just be something that's across the board the same for the entire tournament.
We're talking about certified officials always watching the center court, correct?
No.
I just got here. Okay, so you give me a little recap real quick. 'Cause
I'm just
I
talking
had
about how this says center court etiquette, and I think that we can all agree that whatever we say needs to be done on center court needs to be followed on all the courts, right? And it's the only thing I would change about the post that's made here is it's not center court etiquette, it's tournament etiquette in general.
I don't know if I would agree with that completely. And the only reason is that there is one venue for the outward facing of the ACO. And I think that should come with a sort of professionality that you should have.
But why not have it on all the boards?
You could just make the rule and have it on all the boards, and then it would never be an issue. Like I know it would never be an issue. But if you want to be loose on the other boards and stuff like that, like if people get mad that I can't wear slides anymore, or I can't have a sleeveless shirt, you know what I mean? And that's, I don't believe those are rules anymore or anything like that. But again, if you want to be loose like that to posture for people that like sleeveless shirts and things like that, center court could have its own rules, and I think it would be okay because it is different than on any other court. That is the outward face.
Maybe you can
of the
handpick
ACO.
some things, right? You can handpick some things, and mainly you're talking about dress code, because I can think of anything else that should be different on center court than anywhere else.
Right. I just think the face should be protected. There should be some sort of standards specifically on that court, regardless of what anybody throws on any other court. In my opinion, I think that it's right.
Right, but things like what we're talking about, rules of the ACO, shouldn't just be applied to the center court and things be looser out on the other courts. Because then you would allow people to go, oh, well, I did it over here on court 5. Why can't I do it here? It's just another court. I'm supposed to play the same. You know what I mean? Because then you get that argument. You let me do it here, but not here.
Right. And then you're going to have people do that. And you're also going to have people be like, well, why can't I wear slides? This is what I'm comfortable in playing any tournament. Why can't I wear those? Or open-toed shoes or barefoot. Or, we could take it farther and farther and farther, or whatever you want to. You can say that, and if, the ACO deems it okay to do that on other courts and on the stream, I'm still not mad about that. I know that in the rules, the rule book itself, it does have specific rules just for the stream court, or it did last year. I have not read the rules again this year. I thought I saw all the changes. I don't know if I did.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does.
But that's the outward face.
Yeah.
You want to be a professional organization, you got to show professionality, right?
Right.
That's what you got to do.
Poppy asks, John Jones hates wearing sleeve jerseys, from what I've been told. So would you try to not bring him on center court? Honestly, I couldn't tell you what anybody's wearing at any given time. So if you're up to come to center court, we're just going to pull you over.
And that's the same thing with slides or playing barefoot. Yeah, I'm the best when I play barefoot. I hate wearing shoes when I play cornhole. Why do I have to wear shoes on the center?
We also aren't rule enforcers when we broadcast, so we are not doing any of that stuff. Like if you come over and you're wearing the wrong thing, it's not up to us to be like, hey, you need to do this. You know what I mean? And that's why we do think that there's something like a certified official should be nearby center court. We're doing kind of laps or whatever you'd like to call it, a roaming PO, and they're just kind of they're just giving little checks on stuff. You know what I mean? It's little stuff. It's like, hey, that guy's on center court. He's wearing slides. We need to fix that. And even if that's when they come off, like let them finish the game when they come off, you need to do this next time. Like, I'm okay with that.
And until the ACO tells me personally, hey, if somebody's doing this, you have the authority to tell them to not do it. I'm not going to say anything. I don't. It is what it is. But I don't have that authority. As far as I know, I'm a spectator just like everybody else. But I want to make sure that outward face of the ACO is professional. But I have zero authority to say whatever you wear on the center court so far.
Jeremy Jones says pay them to walk around. I don't think you need to pay anybody. I think when you sign up to be a certified official of the sport, I think that when you go to tournaments that you need to uphold the rules and standards of the sport because you've signed something that says you're that person. I mean, that's my opinion on it. I know that if I was a certified official, things might be different on center court. I'm just saying, I think they might be a little different. The only thing we've ever been given any authority over is asking people to remove their Zukas.
Sitting on a Zuka.
That's the only thing.
And if you need a chair, they will happily bring a chair over for it. And a certified official will do that for the people on the court if a chair is requested. Now, maybe chairs should be behind it, if you have to sit in between rounds and things like that. Some people do, some people don't. But that is also a possibility. And that, just tell a certified official to bring over a chair for you. No big deal.
Right.
So, anyway, I think, looking at that, again, my opinion on it, should rules be different? If you want to be laxed on the other 79 courts at a major, then yeah, in my opinion, the rules should be different or a little bit different on the center court or the streaming court. If it's center court with no stream, I don't care. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it should just be a standard across the board, and then there's no questions asked. Okay. Then nothing has to change when you move from one court to another. It doesn't matter where you're playing or how many cameras are around. You're just doing the right thing all the time.
Okay. All right.
That's just where I'm at with it. Yeah. What did you want to talk about, Bill?
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, it has something to do with center court and streaming, right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
I haven't fully committed to even talking about it.
Well, then we can wait for a second if you'd like. I mean,
this is super spice. It's what it is. So I haven't fully committed yet.
It's going to possibly offend some people, and look like it might be an attack. Although it's not an attack. Like, all we do is speak honestly, right? About our opinions. If you don't agree with our opinions, we're completely okay with that, and always okay with having an open discourse about how we feel, how you feel. Let's meet somewhere in the middle, and if we don't, it's okay. We still love you. I mean, that's the thing. There's something about CBC sometimes. People think that we might not like somebody or something because of something we've said, and it's like nothing's ever personal with us. It's not personal at all. This whole competition between bag companies or anything like that, it's never personal, you know, like, or like what's going on with like what we might speak about tonight with how players have conducted themselves, whether we agree with or disagree with or what we said in the past. It's just the actions we don't agree with. It's not that we dislike the person, right? Like that's a completely different thing, right? Disliking actions and then not liking a person, you can separate those two things.
100%.
And that's just, I want to speak to that before you even start. And maybe that's a good way to start it because we're not attacking anybody.
Well, then maybe instead of talking about that, we should bring up the Fergie thing first because we both love Fergie, you know, and it's in the chat right here. Jeremy Bruce Jones says King Fergie. I didn't pull up any of the clips or anything like that, but we had a front row seat to it, right?
Yeah.
And for center court, I think some of the antics got wild. And that, I can say that's my opinion. I know a lot of the crowd, there was a huge crowd watching the entire thing. On both sides of the court, a huge crowd. And I think that was the opinion of many people out there. Were rules broken? Yeah. Rules in the guide. Okay, so I can't even say that rules were broken right now because we looked at the player guide earlier, and any time that an opponent believes a rule is broken, they need to go take a timeout and then alert a certified official. And we've talked about this numerous times before, and I'm in the camp that if I have to take a timeout and go do that, I probably just won't do it. Yeah, I've always said that, which is why I'm in favor of roaming officials. Just people that you have no idea who they are. They're just walking around. And not the entire tournament. You just have no idea. But there's always the chance that somebody is watching your specific court other than your opponent that will call something out. That's what I'm in favor of. Yeah. I would have liked to seen that, and I would have liked to see that in the future. Regardless of maybe some majors, there is not a roaming official. But there is still the potential that somebody is going to be there. Any player that plays does not know if that person is there or not, which makes it a little tougher. If that certified official or that roaming person calls out any court, that person that got called out is going to literally tell everybody that there is a certified official roaming around at this tournament, and nobody is going to make a freaking mistake or a rule break. Now, the only reason I can't say that a rule was broken was because there was no timeout taken to alert somebody, a certified official, to come to the court, and that is in the rules. It is in the rules is if you have a foot foul, if you take too much time, if you do anything like this whatsoever, it is on you, the opponent, to take a timeout and go tell somebody. So was a rule technically broken? No.
Right. And we've always pushed this to the extreme too, because like that timeout has to be taken, right? You have to call it out and a timeout be taken, and then the official comes over. So that first offense, we've always spoken, it's kind of odd because the first offense has no consequences, right? And essentially you could walk down and drop a bag in the hole and it would count, right? I mean, we know that it probably wouldn't go that way, but if you look at the rules black and white, that's how it goes. And what you're kind of saying, Bill, what you're fighting for here is that the innocent bystander should be able to also alert a certified official, right? And that hold weight, and the certified official can start making enforcements right then, once they arrive to the board.
Right.
Anybody can tell them if they see an infraction, right? This is what's going on court.
You're saying
X, Y,
anybody
Z.
else, any witness to something can get the certified official themselves and bring them over. That would probably take a lot of pressure off the opponent. Yeah. DJ Skipworth says they have to be identifiable. I would argue completely against that, DJ. And the only reason is because if they are not at some majors, or there is not enough people, or maybe Knoxville has one, nobody knows how many there are, right? And that's, if there is one and they call one thing out, people are going to know that there is still somebody there doing that, or at least even a major where nobody's doing it, you still think that somebody may be doing it because they are not identified on there, which is, I think that's very important.
And a way you could say, okay, well, let's say somebody can't identify any COs, right? Well, you identify the tournament director, tell them what court whatever's happening, and then the tournament director can get over the loud mic, right? We need a certified official to court 4. And that's it. That's all that needs to be said, right? And now that certified official or the certified officials in the building, right, now can go over to that court and observe the match. And I think that's the way to do it. If you can't find a certified official in the area or you don't know any at all, notify tournament director. This is how I would handle it, right? Tournament director can then push a certified official to that court. And if there's multiple there, they can choose if they all want to stay or not, right? Hand it off. You got this, I got this, whatever, right? And I think that works out.
And I agree with you on your earlier point that if somebody in the crowd or somebody witnessing calls over a certified official, they should come over because it is a rule in the book. So the rules in the book say player has 15 seconds to throw their bag after the other bag comes to a complete stop.
Yep.
Now, there may be times that I've taken over 15 seconds. I have no idea. 15 seconds, while it may seem like an eternity if you're like sitting there aiming a bag, it's not an eternity whatsoever if you're talking to the crowd and you're playing, right? I mean, that's something that could easily slip past that specific amount of time. And that's supposed to be a dead bag on your second offense, correct?
Yeah, your second, so identified, and then your second offense, it is a dead bag. Third offense is
forfeit.
Yes.
I believe it's forfeit. And correct me if I'm wrong, but your first one will most likely be looked upon as a timeout, or your second one, excuse me, because the first one wasn't witnessed by a CO. The second one is probably witnessed. And when I say CO, just any official, it doesn't have to be somebody signed up for the CO program or anything like that. If there's people at the tournament that love the ACO and want to just roam around and make sure the rules are good like hoppy, you know what I mean? Then I think that person should be able to do it and make those calls.
And I agree with you. I mean, it's just a thing of like, if you're playing a game, like I know you're not going to call somebody on foot fouls because one, you don't want to frustrate yourself, right? Because it does something to you in that game mentally.
I'm throwing completely different.
Right.
If I have to stop and take a timeout and go say, hey, this person's freaking stepping over the line.
Right.
Because I don't even want to tell that person.
Because now you got a person next to you that has animosity towards you now for the rest of the game.
If I sit there and I look at them and they stepped over, I'm like, foot foul, and I point at them, there's no way I'm going to concentrate for the rest of the game.
But if I'm able to watch your match, right, and I'm able to go, okay, this guy's foot fouling against Bill. Maybe Bill does know, maybe Bill doesn't know, right? But now I'm able to go get a certified official and go, hey, man, this guy's foot fouling in this game over here. He comes over, right, and he can call a timeout. Hey, right then, right, in between a round, hey, there may be some foot fouls going on here or a rule is being disobeyed right now, right? I want everybody at this court to be warned. I will now be officiating the rest of the game. Done. Right? And it takes you out of the animosity because now the opponent just thinks that this CO showed up and saw it, right? There's nothing there that makes it personal. And I think that's a big part of what we're all talking about.
We all know each other. It is an ACO family is what we call it. And it is a family-oriented organization. Like, it's awesome. I love going to these majors. I love seeing people I haven't seen in a while, give each other a hug. It's wonderful. I would not want to sit there. Look, if I'm playing for a freaking king seat in the game and I know this person, I love it, and they're foot fouling because maybe, I don't know, they've had one too many sauces. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I know this is a good guy, and I don't want to call him out. I know it's going to take me out of something, and I know they may feel some way different about me. But if you have some sort of family type of organization, it makes it weird for me to go take a timeout and find somebody and call it out. And I understand there are not enough people to be on every single court whatsoever. I completely understand that, which is why unidentified roaming officials is the key. I really do.
Bystanders being able to make calls. And that doesn't mean the bystander can intervene in the match. We're not saying that at all. We're saying remove yourself from the match. Find the tournament director or the certified official. If nobody, a lot of COs will wear their CO jerseys, right? Some of them you just know. Anybody, folks, a new thing this year, the state ambassadors, they wear those jerseys a lot. I believe we're required to wear them on Saturdays. I don't know if they all do. But those people are also certified officials. So if you see any of those people, they are certified officials that can enforce rules. But you should be able to do that.
if we take it to the end course, let's take it to the end real quick, because we're talking about one side of this. We're talking about just alerting somebody. Let's say that we alerted somebody, they got to the court, the opponent has no idea that somebody was alerted about this, right? And then they do a foot foul and throw the bag, and that certified official walks out and says, hey, that's a dead bag there. What would you think if you didn't know that you were stepping? So we're going to give a little credence to the people that are doing it and may not know that they're doing it, right? Nobody alerted them. Nobody told them anything. You throw a bag, you stepped over the line. Certified official says, hey, that's a dead bag there. And you're like, wait, don't I get a warning? Don't I get this? Don't I get that? I had no idea you were watching me. Well,
I think you should get a warning. That's in the rules, that the first one's a warning.
Well, no, the certified official witnessed that. The first one is the time that I take a timeout and go get somebody.
But I think how the rules sit right now, that acts as a warning, because now you know somebody's calling a timeout to watch your foot fouls, right?
Okay.
So I think if it goes third party, like what we're thinking it should work or could work this way, then once the CO arrives, once they see an infraction, the infraction, that first time the player is notified of the infraction is a warning.
Okay.
If they don't know they're doing something wrong yet, like wearing whatever it could be, foot fouling or taking longer than 15 seconds, one of those things, I think a warning has to be issued before you can start calling dead bags.
Now let's say that certified official gets called over, you foot foul, and that's your warning.
Mm-hmm.
And then the very next round, you take 40 seconds before you throw your bag. Is that a dead bag or is that another warning?
No, I think that's another warning. It's a different infraction.
Okay. All right.
Right? I mean, I don't.
You'd think you'd know the rules and somebody's watching at that point.
You think
know
any infraction should compile on top of each other?
Well, after one has already happened, yeah, I personally would think so.
But you could also, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, it's an interesting topic. It really is. But again, I've said this numerous times throughout 2 years that I think people should roam around, and that's really what I do.
Right. I get, Nate, that the rule says that opposing player has to. What we're saying is the rule may need a revision, right? Like that's what we're saying.
And I know that's why at the very beginning of this, Nate, I said technically nobody broke a rule because nobody was notified.
Yeah, and DJ's saying he does not get involved in his regionals. The players should take care of each other. I'm just saying that it's so hard to do.
It is.
Right? Like, I mean, it's so hard to do just because people know each other and they don't want to cause any personal animosity between each other. Like, that's why the certified official is there.
Right.
To alleviate things like that and ensure people are following the rules. You are an official of the sport. It's like saying that a referee at a football game just lets the players decide on what happens, on little things, or like if you're cussing at each other. I know in a football game, I think that usually something has to be said to the official, like, hey, this person's insulting me or this, whatever's going on, right? And then they get involved. But I think you have to step in.
Right.
As a CO. I think you signed up for that. ACO needs to have an official. Don't put it on us COs. We don't get paid at majors.
Todd, I agree with that comment, and that's why I said anybody who wanted to be an official, I don't just consider it COs whatsoever. Anybody who wanted to be an official that wants to enforce rules, and I gave you the example of somebody like Hoppy that would probably take the job super serious and would be great at it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he would be. That's my opinion again, but I think he would be.
All right,
still get a
I'm
warning.
getting through here. Yeah, still get a warning. When the CO sees it, they must make it known that they are watching the game. Right. And I agree with this. The warning is issued when the CO shows up. That's
what I thought.
Did we talk about that initially? Like, if I go notify a CO, then they show up there and say,
the CO should say, hey,
I'm here to enforce infractions or whatever.
I heard there may have been potential foot fouling. I'm here to watch this.
Yeah.
And then somebody foot fouls, that's a dead bag. And that should be the first thing that the time that CO shows up and says it. It is against the rules to foot foul. Like, it is. But there's just a weird caveat under a different bullet point that says the opponent needs to tell or alert the tournament director or certified official.
John says it's also in the rules that a CO can voluntarily officiate, doesn't have to be called over. So that's something, and I think that's what Hoppy has been doing, right? And he's getting some sort of hate for it, right? Because he's enforcing rules and people think that he's being a jerk. I mean, folks, the reason that things that happened on Saturday or Friday happened is because people aren't calling out people doing the wrong thing. And then it leads up. It builds up and builds up and builds up. And then we have the explosion of over 15 seconds, foot fouls. I mean, you could just call it pure misconduct on center court.
On some of them.
I mean,
you could. You really could. I was.
A lot of it has to do with no accountability being taken for X amount of time that is compiled into some people believe they can do whatever they want.
Well, no, I don't think that's
maybe that's extreme.
There may, I think that's a little extreme. But again, going to it, there were 2 games that we were able to watch, or we were able to get on there, and these were games that probably should have been done, 2 hours prior to this, because if you guys noticed, we had the juniors championship, the women's championship, and then we were on like guaranteed 7th place or something like that in seniors, and it took a long time, a very long time, to get the end. Seniors was over 6 hours, I believe.
Right, because it wasn't an issue. Like we're speaking strictly on the rules right now. We might be able to move on from that and talk about the time for your opponent to play and arrive to the court. Right, because that's issue number 2 that happened just in the seniors division. A 6-hour seniors division with 35, 40 players, I believe, is absolutely insanity. Right. And slowed down by, you could say, 1 player, and that needs to be policed up. I just don't know how you enforce it, because, I mean, it is a tough situation. 1 time is all it takes. You're right. And what we know, CBI, Cornhole Bureau of Investigation, has informed us that things are going to be enforced. That things are going to be handled internally. That's what we've been told. Right?
There were a lot of upset opponents that were playing, and I can sit here and I can say that I'll just name one. I don't even think he was upset, but I'll name one who is a saint, because there's no possible way that I would be able to throw bags or hold my cool like this guy did. So I'll give a lot of credit to Mick, right? To Mick Hoaxan.
Mick, yeah,
and Steve also. I'll give a lot of credit to those guys.
Scott Harper, right?
Scott Harper. I will, because while they turned and smiled and they laughed it off, it was a situation to where it was rough, man. It was right, and
the patience and sportsmanship displayed by Mick was incredible. Incredible.
I couldn't have done it.
And this is the big thing we can talk about here, is we love Fergie to death. We want the sport to be fun. It's the reason players are coming to the ACO.
Right.
It's because of the fun environment. But when it becomes disrespectful to the sport and the other players, you cross the line. And that's what happened, right? It was disrespectful to Mick. Mick was taking this stuff, and Scott Harper, and maybe other games that were played. We don't know, ones we didn't see. But it was disrespectful to those players. Whether you as the player are trying to have fun or not, and you're having a good time and creating this hoopla environment, and it's fun for most people, you deserve to show some respect to the person you're playing. And it's like if somebody has headphones in, you don't hit them around until they answer you. You know what I mean? You understand this person wants to play serious.
This person wants
they don't want to talk to you.
Headphones in,
you know what I mean? You don't get to talk to them. And that's respect for your opponent. And I think that's where we were more frustrated about that than the foot fouling, than the 15 seconds, than the talking to the crowd. It was that you could see the frustration on the players' faces, and they felt disrespected at the court. And that was hard to watch.
And the issue was hard to watch. And again, I'll circle back one time and we'll be done with this. I want to be done with this topic here because I love Fergie. I love him to death.
Yeah.
He's one of the first people that I met in Cornhole. I watched him win King of Cornhole, from my garage on a laptop when he was playing down in Florida. Absolutely love the guy. The guy is freaking awesome. This one went too far. And that is what I want to say. This one, still love the guy. Don't care whatsoever. One time. I've been hammered before to where I probably made an ass of myself.
Yeah, me too.
I've done it. You too. I think everybody has done this. Is one time. It just happened to be streamed, and it happened to be a major that we were streaming. And, the guys that did not go and call them out, this lends credence to the idea that there should be a roaming official, doesn't have to be certified official from the ACO, but a roaming official at a tournament to be able to call this stuff out. It's too easy to sit there and look at a bracket, especially if one is taking so much longer than expected. It's too easy to look at it and be like, what's going on? Oh, if I'm the official, let me just walk over there and see what the holdup is. Like that's literally it. It's not you as an opponent. A testament to Mick and Steve.
Scott.
Jesus, I'm so bad with this. As a testament to these two, not alerting a certified official, it just shows that not many people want to have that on their back. They don't want to upset the person next to them, even though things, rules, this and that are being broken. They don't want to do that because it messes them up in a game, right? I mean, that's what you would say to it. It's just, that's where it's tough. Like, is it on the player? Yeah. And you can go with that hard-nosed, hard line saying it's on the player to do this. Nobody else can say anything whatsoever. It is just on that person. But as we've seen twice, right, that person did not do it.
I'm just trying to think of in what other sport is it up to the player to call rule violations. That's what I'm trying to think about.
I don't like comparing it to another.
Well, I
Sports
kind
all
of
have
do,
different
right?
ways.
I kind of do because I think it's the problem. And I think it's the problem with the wait times and everything. I like putting something on Cornhole, and maybe this becomes something, but if Bill and I are going to play singles, when I show up to the board, I get to check in, right? And when I check in, it starts a new timer. And then the opponent has, I don't care what the time is, you get to set it. 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. After that time is up, you're forfeit.
If I don't know somebody and I'm on a court, sure, I would be more apt to do something like that. If I do know that person, like if you take it to the extremes, right? It's your mother that's showing up late or somebody you have no idea, never heard about, this and that. Are you going to say, oh yeah, after 10 minutes, I'm freaking calling an official, or this person's foot fouling? I have no idea. Or it's your mother sitting there, somebody you know more than anybody else, right? You're probably going to give one a lot more leeway than you are another. And if the ACO is a family kind of organization, which we all know each other and stuff like that, we're giving people more leeway than they should have.
Yeah, maybe. And like I said, but this gives you a hard line. You know, these are the rules. Just follow the rules.
All right. Let's get it. Let's move on. Let's move on. This is that one. It kills me because I love everybody involved on it, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
It was tough to watch. We hope that it's fixed and conversations are had. I think that we will see. We will see. That's it.
Yep.
We'll be in Dalton. We'll be in Clarksville. So.
Let's see. Okay.
All right. Last but not least, Bill.
On.
I mean, I'm not even reading any of these comments that we had the other day, but I think we've covered kind of everything.
I think we have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one more thing, and we'll take maybe 5 minutes talking about this, and we'll move on.
Yeah, we might be done, but yeah.
Okay. We'll take about 5 minutes. This is the thing that upsets me the most. I watched the taco last night. Love Finn. Did a great job on the taco. Love his replies to everything that happened. Was awesome with it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Although when I watched it, I did hear a certain portion of it to where people may think that we are biased or only pulling games or something. I mean, this is about CBC,
folks, yeah.
Biased or only pulling games that we want specifically to center court at a tournament. And I don't know who it is. I don't know who's making accusations and stuff like that about this. There is so much that I would love to say on it, and I'm not going to share it with everybody on here about it. I would just like to say that if you go back and you rewatch the video that was put out and you rewatch the bracket at the same time, you will see, if it was both real time, you will see why games were loaded onto center court. That's number one. So the bias, maybe they thought there was bias in how we presented ourselves or how we talked on center court. One of my issues with that is that, like, let's say somebody is throwing CBC bags on center court and then somebody's throwing from a different company. You can 100% bet, believe, and just ensure that your bags will be called out if bags that we make are on that court at the same time. You can ensure it because Do I want to call it? Yes, 100%. I believe that we do it 95% of the time, maybe even more than that. Call out both bags, even if none of our players are on there. Even it doesn't even matter to us, because when we do that, we try to be as unbiased as possible and enjoy the game, right? I never sit there and say, "Oh, this person's bag just doesn't drip, does it?" I never say things like that, because we make bags. I know how bags are. It is. I would never be biased in a situation like that whatsoever. I would sit there and say, "Hey, Scotty Ball is up throwing CBC bags, CBC Phoenix, CBC Cert, whatever he throws against Parker Burgett, who's throwing TNT tantrums."
Right. We've had other players up so much he knows the bags by heart. It's just crazy to think we've been called out on this, because I know that other broadcasts might struggle to know what the bags are. Or
Insane.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen me run out and literally check what bags both players. I don't do it every time, which I'd like to be honest, but usually I'm like doing bracket surfing or something else, and they get started, and I'm like, crap, I didn't get to go see them. But either I know what they are, or the chat will tell me what they are. I can just ask, and the chat will tell me, and we're getting credit to those companies. What I wanted to say is what we look for when we're getting a game to center court. Winners bracket, number 1.
Oh, wait. Before
Okay,
because I wanted to bring that timeline too in a minute. I wanted to go through that entire timeline. But these complaints, doing something like that, like, even if we forget to mention the bags at the start of a game, even if Dylan didn't run out there in his jorts and show you all his thighs and stuff like that. I know numerous times during a tournament I make fun of him. "Oh, Dylan just wanted to get some airtime and show you guys his thighs." Right? I say that when he's gone looking at these bags. But even if we didn't get that opportunity, we sit there and we're like, "Hey, chat, I really need to know, what bags is this person throwing?" And somebody in the chat will know 100%. And we give that company a shout out regardless of if we are, our bags are on that stream court or not.
Yeah.
We do that literally every time. And I'm not trying to make a bitch session here. I'm not trying to complain. I'm not trying to do this. But the alternative is, let's see the alternative. No stream. What are you even talking about? Number one, there is zero requirement that I call out anybody's bags on stream. That's something that we have started, that we have received accolades from. If you guys know who Mike Carter is from Mike's Bags on YouTube, if you know that, he has numerous shows where he's like, "Hey, what I like about the ACO rather than the ACL is that when Dylan and Bill are broadcasting, they make sure to call out every bag company and every bag that is playing on their court." This is something that this guy has said for it because he watches these streams all the time. So to get a complaint about being biased or something like that, absolutely wild to me, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. Send me a message. That's all.
Yeah.
Send me a freaking message.
We'll put your bags on there more or something.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know what you need, but like, this is at our expense, right? All the equipment is. I'm sorry, I got a little spicy.
You're good. I like it.
It's at our
It's
expense.
true.
All the equipment is ours. I show up. I use all of my paid time off from my job to be able to do this, to make sure that the ACO has a stream at numerous majors, so people at home, friends and family, are able to watch these things. That's what I do. I don't have vacations with my wife.
Right.
I don't have these things because I choose to use this time to do that.
Right, and that's why Bill and myself are so passionate about it, because we could be doing other things, right? We choose to do this. I'm telling you right now, if anybody also thinks we're making buku bucks doing this, it's not true. It's not true. We're spending money every single weekend when we go do this. We are out of pocket. I'm telling you straight up and mean. That's how it is. But, I mean, it's just crazy to think that somebody's complaining about this when all we're trying to do is bring everybody the live games, you know? And we're bringing people only from the winner's bracket. We'll get stuck in the loser's bracket sometimes. JT Barnes, sorry about that, brother. But that was just auto-populated to us. And you guys will see that happen on other broadcasts where they'll get stuck down there for hours. We try to stay in the winner's bracket, number 1. Guaranteed. Number 2, we try to make sure whatever game we're going to pull does not mess up the bracket flow. This is the biggest deal in picking. The biggest deal. Because our court is already going to be slow because people are usually going to take extra down and backs at our court, number 1. Number 2, sometimes they got to find the court. Number 3, they're just nervous, and they're playing a little bit slower and a little bit different sometimes. So a big part of it is ensuring we don't slow down the bracket. So I got to go see what match we might be able to pull, and then how the losers bracket's going to play into it. And then I pick out of maybe 1 or 2 matches that might be available at the right time, so that we don't have a break in action as well. We're trying to avoid a break in action.
That is the most important thing, is a break in action and not slowing down the tournament. Exactly what you're talking about there. So if there is a choice between 2 games on the next one and we're still in the winner's bracket, the winner's bracket moves a little bit quicker than the loser's bracket, right? Because people drop down and then there's more games that they have to play to be able to move up.
Yeah.
So if there is a pause in the winner's bracket, that pause cannot last for more than, 5 minutes right in there. And so you'll hear us on stream numerous times when the game is about halfway over. Let me go see what's going on next. Let me go see if I can find another game. And finding that other game is like, who is going to end first? Sometimes nobody is, and 2 games just started.
Right.
So there's no way we're going to get the winners of that, right? It's not going to be possible to do that. So you find games that are half over, and maybe you can pause it. Sometimes if you don't pause it, you're sitting there for 10 minutes with no game on your court whatsoever.
Right.
It happens like that. The only time that you're able to pause a game, though, and for a very, very limited amount of time, because, again, you cannot disrupt the actual tournament going on. You cannot do that whatsoever, is a game that's in that winner side of the bracket. Once the king seat game has been played, then we move down to the loser side of the bracket and we follow that all the way. It's the most efficient way for a tournament to run, and it's the most efficient way for us to get games. And it is the top level games making it to that king seed, and then there may be top level players in the bottom, but they probably lost late and they're moving on to that 3rd place game right there. And that's how we move through a bracket. You may ask, well, bracket D had 15 players that threw my bags in it. You know, my bags in, I'm acting like somebody else, a different bag company or something like that. Why didn't you get any bracket D games? I can't choose the bracket that I get. The brackets are laid out. They're put on tablets. Our tablets has a specific bracket, and that's the bracket that we follow. I can't surf between brackets and pick up games, or else we'd love to do that. Number one, that would really hold up a tournament, but I can't do that. So I would say before a complaint is made, look at the bracket that we're in and look at the games that are available at the time that we pick up those games. Right. Now, if you think there's bias in that, look at it. I promise you, there's no bias in it. There's no bias.
I'm telling you right now, it benefits us for the most part to actually it benefits the stream viewing numbers for us to not have CBC players back to back to back to back. And I'm telling you why that is because if me and Bill play on the court, right? Somebody else is commentating, but let's say we're using the functions. We get my fans, we get Bill's fans, and maybe we get CBC's fans. But first of all, it's 2 CBC bags, so we're not getting another company in there, right?
I don't want to do that.
And now if I cycle just one person into Bill's spot, I win, and now Todd Gammon comes in. Now my fans are in there, and Todd Gammon's fans comes in. Some of Bill's are going to stay. But if we both go out, some of my fans stay, some of his fans stay, 2 new people's fans come into the chat, and that compiles on top of it. This is what we think of, folks, and this is how we're growing the numbers. So that's why we're trying to shift around, get new players on, so that we get the most eyes possible on the ACO broadcast.
That's what it's all about.
That's our goal number one.
Number one. Okay, so
there's a lot of goals.
This is why it helps, right? Dylan's saying the most eyes on the ACO known to man. That's what we want. We want the most views. We want the most people in there, regardless of what bags are being thrown. I don't care if my bags are being thrown or not. It literally matters to me. It's so small that it's insane. I want to grow the ACO. And we've talked about that. Year one, we've had podcasts for like 2 years now. Year one, that's what we talked about. How do we grow the ACO? This is one way that we think we can do it. And we sunk a ton of money into cameras, into streaming equipment, into time, just sitting there learning these programs and learning how to do something like this, learning the game to be able to talk smartly on the game and things like that. We did this so we had the opportunity to be able to stream. We could go there and try to make it the best possible to bring the most people in. They say a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah, whatever they say.
All boats, ships, whatever you want to call it.
You're right.
That's what they say. That's what we are trying to do, is rise the tide. If you sell more bags because more people viewed in a freaking stream, good for you. I'm not going to be jealous. I'm not going to be mad at it. That is why we are doing this. If you think I have some sort of crazy, nefarious reason to be able to sit there and stream and only pull my company and only mention, go watch the freaking 12 hours. 12 hours.
It's not good for us, folks.
On Saturday.
It's not good for us to keep our bags or certain players on the court the whole time. It's just not. It's not good for us because if we get a TNT player on there, we can assume Craig Kalahar from TNT owner is now going to share our stream.
Exactly.
If we get somebody from Blueprint, Jody Thurman is now going to share the stream because we're getting new stuff on there. All this stuff happens in our minds, folks.
Right.
We think about it, we're learning all the time, absolutely. And we want constructive criticism. So if bad companies have something like Bill spoke to in the very beginning, that, hey, could you guys try this? Could you work on this? Just send us a message. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. But we'll take constructive criticism all day. But the complaints that we're biased is absolutely insane because it wouldn't be good for us. It wouldn't be good.
I do want to tell Dylan in our shop when we're working and we're making our bags, we are completely biased. 100%. Completely yes, we have a company.
We're the
We love
best.
the company.
Yeah.
The company tries to make money. That's what a company does. 100%. 100%. When we are on the stream, go watch it. Just go watch it. Dude, it is not like, go watch it. If you're sitting there really watching it, it is not biased. And that is because there's no possible way I want to be biased. I want to sit there and I want to watch the games and I give the players the accolades, right? I mean, that's what I want to do because they're there and they spent that much time freaking learning how to play cornhole at an elite level. That's all. I'm done with this. I just, it's upsetting. And if you are in here, if you're the one that made the complaint, I don't know who did. I have no freaking clue. But if you are, send me a message. Just send me a message. Please send me a message. Tell me exactly what the issue was. And I would love to just talk to you. Before no stream is allowed, right? Unless it's the ACO stream at a major, send me a message. Let's talk about it. You want to get your bags on there more? Sure. Send me a message. Every time I see them and they're in the winner's bracket, I'll pause that game and hold up the tournament and make sure they get on there.
Cash me outside. How about that?
Dude, no, I'm not saying that at all. I am being sincere about that. Send me a freaking message. Let's talk about it. If something was said that upset you, send me a message. I would like to fix it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And
that's
that
all
is
it
sincere. I promise you.
I'm sorry you guys had to see so many CBC bags winning this weekend. Apologize. That's all I got. I'm sorry for that.
Well, I mean, Finn did say if you want your people on the stream more, win games.
That's really all it is. I mean, we took a bracket this weekend. I think it had one sponsored CBC player in the bracket we had this weekend.
One sponsored and one other player throwing CBC.
Yeah,
There's two
JT
people.
Barnes, yeah. In a bracket of 51. 51.
Well, whatever it was. Yeah. One kept winning.
Yeah, Scotty Ball. I mean, it's because he lost. He actually got more games because at the end, at the very end, he won and then
Scotty
dropped
lost
down.
the king seat game, dropped down to the lower bracket. The king seat game was chosen, meaning it was now time to switch from the upper bracket to the lower bracket.
It was the only match available.
And Scotty was now in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
So I just, that's how the bracket, that's what I'm saying. Make sure you time the brackets with what is going on in the stream and tell me where I could have picked up a different game. Show me.
Yeah, y'all let us know, man. When you guys become bracketologists, come join us. You know, come.
It's crazy.
When you think there's a better route, I just want to know. I just want to know because it's hard work, man. Like trying to make sure you get the right game. Like people don't even understand. They're just like, oh, they just pulled this one, and like to be able to line it up the way we do, it's taken years for us to do this well, and for our bracket to finish on the same time as other people's is very hard to do. And this weekend we did it perfectly, and all the brackets finished at the same exact time, and it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was crazy. We had a great weekend. I'm very excited about how the entire weekend went. There's maybe one thing that I'm mad at that I'm not going to mention here on stream, but that was it. Giving up 2 days of paid time off to make sure we got out there and we can bring the stream to everybody. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. And
yeah, it's great seeing everybody in Knoxville. Good luck in Medford this weekend. Is anybody going up there? We'll be watching the stream. I believe Aaron Candler is doing the stream. So it should be a lot of whatever bags he throws.
Dude,
We will
stop,
see
stop,
you guys.
I actually love it, Aaron.
love Aaron
I'm gonna
too.
be in your
Yeah,
stream,
yeah.
Aaron, and I'm gonna just be typing the whole time.
We did get the invite to Medford, folks. We're out of days off right now, so we gotta wait for Dalton and then Clarksville are back-to-back weeks, so we are maxed out. I think I'm gonna have 6 hours left of PTO after Clarksville.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
It's legit,
But
folks, like-
I want to go cornhole, so
Yeah.
love it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Good luck in Medford. Thanks for tuning in. This is CBC Faith Family 4 Baggers.
Bryce is we're out.